Hi, all. Welcome to the Far Side of Normal, home of Supernatural the Cleaners. I am Stacy, the creator and your host. All right, one more time for the last time. If you have not watched the finale, I hate saying that, of Supernatural, there are so many spoilers. Just, yeah. Okay, I am going to get through this video without crying, I think. Okay, here we go. I am not going to cry. Screw it. I am so grateful that after 15 years, we still have such incredible actors that care so much about characters that they love. That it's not a job. Do you know what I mean? And the finale and the ending of the show, I know a lot of people are upset. It's not what they had wanted, it's not what they hoped it would be. But beyond all that, let's take it for what it is. It was beautiful. Their goodbye was heartbreaking. Their moments of just being normal were so joyous. And we're going to break that down. Here we go. I appreciated so much their normal routine. They got to sleep in. Their alarm went off at 8. That's amazing. It made my heart smile when that dog jumped in the bed with Dean and he just cuddled him. Oh, it just made my heart smile. We got a little bit of Sam action with woohoo, with the towel dried hair and the muscles and the guns and the anti-possession. That was lovely. We still got to see the contrast between the boys. Sam being meticulous, making his bed, Dean's just throwing it over there. It sounds good. I loved watching them make breakfast together, and that this time Sam was cooking, and it was just endearing how Dean looked around before he let the dog lick the plate, which means I'm sure Sam was probably going on about how it's unsanitary, but there you have it. That made my heart smile. I appreciated that even though, sorry, my throat is so dry. We have a lot of smoke going on here in Georgia. I don't know if it's ugh, controlled burns at Fort Gordon, which is the military base, or if a lot of people have the opportunity to do controlled burn and they can do leaves and kind of foliage. So that might be it. But anyways, it's making it really, that's why my eyes are so red beyond here. So I'm going to go with that. My eyes are red because it's smoky out. I'll go with that. Anyways, I appreciated just the normalcy of it. I loved how they were checking still to see that all was good. And it was. And then Dean said, yeah, I found something. A pie festival. That is his version of heaven almost. It made me smile. And then he had like a whole box. He didn't have one or two slices. There was an assortment of pies. That was pretty amazing. And how Sam was saying he'd waited so long to do the pie in the face. And what does Dean do? And he eats it. That is such a Dean move. I appreciated how it was a throwback to the beginning of them just hunting monsters, saving people, hunting things, the family business. That it was vampires. I don't know why I love vampires so much. I think it's satisfying when they get their heads chopped off. I know it's probably gruesome, but it's so satisfying to just, yeah. Anyways, I appreciated that it was a good old fashioned investigation. And yes, finally, after 15 years, Agents Kripke and Stinger. Well played. Well played. It made me happy that they went old school. I mean, real old school. They pulled up to a grove. Shout out Kim Manners. They put a paper map on the car, they broke out Dad's journal. How great was that? That was pretty boss. That was so, I appreciated that a lot. And then just to get their hunt on, I was kind of sad that Dean didn't get to use the star. If I'm being honest, he should have used the star. That's just my humble opinion. But I loved how they even caught one of the vamps and he was like, and then you're going to let me go? They're like, no. But we'll make it quick versus you get this lovely small knife or spoon. That's the boys. I loved how they got to save two brothers at the end from vampires. I honestly was caught off guard with Chrissy popping up. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. You were from back in the day when John Winchester was in the mix with the vampire nest. That was pretty surprising, but it was encouraging because, again, old school. What caught me off guard and what broke my heart, I am not going to cry. I am not going to cry. Okay, maybe just a little bit. We're going to keep it together. We're going to be like Dean and just stuff everything. When I saw the fight, I thought, crap. And in my mind, I always knew that they would die by monsters. And I thought they would both die, if I'm being honest. So, if I'm feeling really truthful, I thought it would be Sam first because Dean is always saving him in fights. So it took me aback when Dean got impaled. I thought it was going to be one of the vampires that he impaled and then took off their head. But, well, yeah, we'll just go with that. That broke my heart in so many ways I can't even express, but in a good way, because I remember the episode in Ask Jeeves, and Dean's version of happy was Sam getting married and having kids and getting old and fat and eating Viagra. That was his happy ending. And in this episode, he kind of got it. He knew he was a soldier. He knew he was going to die the way he wanted to, which is go down with the fight. So I appreciated that he got to do that on his terms. It broke my heart when he said he didn't think it would be today. And I thought, dang it, man. That was probably one of the most beautiful scenes in any show or movie ever between Sam and Dean, Jared and Jensen. After 15 years that we get this, we can hang our hat on that. And you could tell that it was heartfelt, not just between the characters, but the actors. Oh, not gonna cry. Oh, just forget it. I appreciate it so much how Dean confessed on the day that he was going to school, how he didn't think Sammy was gonna accept him and he was afraid, and how he was so proud of them and how much he loved Sam. I think that was my undoing when he asked him not to leave him. And then, gotta get through this. Okay, hold please. When he asked him not to leave him, and how he asked for permission to go in peace, that Sam had to be okay before he would let go. I love the parallels from the first episode where Dean says, I can't do this without you. Sam, yes, you can. Dean, yeah, well, I don't want to. Flip it. Sam, I can't do this without you. Dean, yes, you can. You're stronger than me. Sam, well, I don't want to. But how he told him that it's okay, that you can let go. When they touched foreheads, I thought, and it's over. And then to see Dean's last breath and last tear, man, that grieved me. I'm like, can't think about it, but I did. It was so beautiful though. And I appreciate so much Jared and Jensen because they left everything on the table and they could walk away from that one. I appreciate how Sam didn't just jump back into a case. Oh, please. He took a moment. He was in the bunker just kind of roaming and aimless and wandering because he was lost. I love the dog that was there to comfort him. I'm like, good dog. But how he answered the call. It took him a minute, and I know the guy thought he'd hung up, but he answered the call. Answered the call and answered the call. And he kept doing that. I wonder if he raised his son in not just academics, but in hunting, just in case. It was so beautiful to see him teach his son how to play ball. Reminded me of Bobby teaching Dean. It was lovely that his wife was on the porch and how he went and sat in the car and just held baby and broke down. It was beautiful that when he was dying, he was holding on until his son said, Dad, it's okay. You can let go. I love the new version of heaven. Seeing Bobby there made my heart sing. No pun against singer. But that he was there to say, hey, kid, that made me so happy. And for them to share a beer and just talk. I love that everybody is there. You didn't see them, but just to know that they get to share their heaven with all their friends and loved ones was so awesome. Shout out was given to Jack, and that Cass helped him do it. That was so great. I love that Dean just took a ride waiting for Sammy. And on the bridge, yep. Dang, this is hard. I appreciate it so much. When he didn't even have to turn around, he just knew. And when he said, hey, Sammy, oh, talk about tear up. And that bridge was where they started. And how he just looked at him with so much joy. And they were both so happy. And that hug was one for the records. And then how they just leaned over and looked out. That is, there'll be peace when you're done. And I know a lot of fans are not very happy that Dean got cut down so soon, or that Sam got to live and Dean didn't. But you have to remember that was always what Dean wanted for Sam. That was his happy. And Sam honored that. And they now do get to have peace when they're done. And they're together. That's their version of heaven, is each other. Dean said it when he was dying. It's always been us, you and me. And I love you so much. They get to spend heaven together, you guys, with people they love. I know people were like, where's Cass? And what about this? And what about that? And ... Please see it for what it is. 2 boys saving people, hunting things, the family business, and a baby. Not Bobby John, but baby. They got that, each other and baby. That is their peace. That is their heaven. End scene. When Bob Singer yelled, cut, I thought, yep, hold that thought. It's interesting because every time I think about it, I tear up, kind of like now. But I'm still so incredibly proud of the little show that could, of the amazing actors and the caliber of acting. I'm all Yeah, I'm almost kind of bitter that we now have to share that talent with the world. We've known about this secret for a decade and a half. We can't be greedy, you guys. Now the world's going to know how talented and crazy, amazing they are. And we'll be able to say that you guys have been sleeping on it for a year and a half. No. 2 years? No. 15 years you've been sleeping on this amazingness. But now we get to share how great they are with the world, knowing that we were there with them for a decade and a half. And you want to share something that you love with others. How many of you have gotten in the fandom because people were like, you've got to see this show? It's unbelievable. The guys are beautiful, but the show and the story is amazing. Me. So, word of mouth is a great thing. We're going to live on. It is going to be hard for the first couple of months or years, or who am I kidding? That's what streaming is for. You can rewatch it from the beginning as many times as you want. That's what conventions are for. That's what each other is for. It's been encouraging on social media. Some hate, some shade, but people are organizing, even as we speak, Christmas card exchange from around the world to encourage each other. Apparently, Misha and Shoshana got married, so they're registered at Target in Williams, Sonoma. People are donating items to Lydia House, Lydia Project. That's brilliant. We are still the fandom that can and will, because nothing really ends in Supernatural. Hang in there, you guys. Be sure to let the cast and crew and everyone you know involved in Supernatural how much you appreciate them. It's always good to hear how much you're loved, or valued, or appreciated. And as much as we're feeling it, we're just spectators. They're participants. So they're feeling it even more so. They need love too. And with that being said, we're going to talk about this again next week. I'm keeping this dang channel going because I am. But in the meantime, you guys, sweet Deans and sweet Sams.